Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I've literally done that take about 25 times already. It's literally a nightmare. But anyway, this video is going to be all about resin, UV resin, not resin, UV resin, how to use it, the do's, the don'ts, what went wrong for me, what I learned from that, etc. I will be showing you things as I go along, and I've got the ruined pieces and I've got the right pieces and everything. But before we get into it, I just thought I'll do a quick backtrack so I can introduce myself. This is my first ever YouTube video. I did start YouTube many years ago. I can't remember what year it was, but I kind of let people's negative energy get me down, and I deleted the video. And yeah, but here I am today, and I literally had one of those moments where last year I was like, no, I'm going to start YouTube again, I'm going to do it. And I was just really nervous, and I kept sort of, putting it off. And then this year I said I'm going to do it, and we're already on January the 18th, and I still haven't done anything. And even today I said to myself, oh, I'm going to do it tomorrow morning. Let it be bright and let the light shine in, and then you'll feel better and you'll do it. And for some weird reason I felt so motivated after dinner today, and I was like, no, I'm going to do it now. So if I don't do it now, I might not feel this motivated tomorrow morning, so just bloody put the lamp on and get on with it. So here I am, guys. I actually made it, and whether this goes off on YouTube or stays on my phone, we will see. Yeah, I'll just do a quick introduction. I've already spoken for 2 minutes, but so my name's Cov, short for Covel. I'm from South London, and my full-time job is in technology. So I work as a manager in technology, and part-time I have a small business which I started last year in January, and I make home decor and accessories, and this is part of why I'm here today. My journey has been crazy in terms of my business. I'm the sort of person that it takes a lot for me to sort of stick to something, and I'm very impatient. Like, I have to see results, because I'm like, oh my god, no. But I'm literally so proud of my small business and how far I've come in it, and I've learned so much along the way. Like, when I say so much, I mean you will see, because this is what this platform is going to be about. I can't even speak properly, can't even string a proper sentence together because I'm quite nervous, but anyway. So I've put this channel together, and it's going to be full of all tutorials, recommendations, advice, tips, tricks, hints, about everything that I've learned in my crafting journey in the last 2 years. I say 2 years because I actually have been doing crafting for 2 years, but it took me a whole year to sort of get the confidence to start my business and get out there. So yeah, 2 years, but I've had my business for 1 year, and I initially started my business doing macrame, whatever you want to call it, and I moved on to doing polymer clay. I make polymer clay jewellery, and recently, I do wire wrapping jewellery as well, and then recently I've discovered UV resin, and I've started using the UV resin with my polymer clay jewellery, and it has been a nightmare, but it's been beautiful at the same time. Like, when you have that finished product, it's absolutely amazing, and because it's the thing that I've been using a lot the last couple of months, it's kind of fresh in my head, so I thought I'd start off with a video on UV resin and what I've learnt so far, and hopefully I can help any other small business, or any business really, anybody that's thinking of starting a business, anybody that's already in business, or anybody that's in business and wishing to sort of learn something new. I'm hoping that this will come in handy for you. So let me get started. I keep looking down because I've made notes, so ignore the bottom, that's my table measurements. But over the last week I've been making notes. That's when my pen was running out, but I've been making notes because I've been quite nervous. I'm like, oh, I forget what to say. But there's that. Where do I start? So first of all, the tools that you will need if you want to get started with UV resin are as follows. So just to put it out there, this video is going to be specifically about using UV resin on top of polymer clay, and specifically polymer clay earrings. So the first thing, sorry, I've just got my little box here. So the first thing is the UV lamp. Now, girls, if you're watching this, and by girls I mean my friends who got me this as part of my 30th birthday present, it didn't work how it was supposed to work with the gel nail polish. Maybe I ordered the wrong gel nail polish, I don't know. And it was actually going to go to charity, and then I came across UV resin. I want my earrings to look like that, and it has worked amazingly. This literally is everything to me, and I'm so glad it did not go to charity, even though it would have been really good if it went to charity. It would have helped somebody, but it's mine. And in there I've hidden the resin, so I actually don't know how much you can get this for. I'm sure you can get other ones. I know Miley is not the cheapest brand out there, but I'm sure that you could get another UV lamp. This is 36 watts UV gel lamp, and then this is the UV resin. It took me a while to sort of figure out which one I wanted. I haven't tried any other one, by the way. This is the only one I've tried, but I've done a lot of research before I actually bought it. Sorry, I thought my phone was ringing. So it's called UV hard resin decorum. That's the one, and I got it from Amazon. I think it was $11.99 or something like that. I will link it at the bottom in the description. I love it. I think it's amazing. The reviews were really good about it as well. The only thing is, so it doesn't make your products yellow. It is very clear. The only thing is, I found the smell to be quite strong, but I know there are other ones out there that can have less odour, but I just really love the way this one works. Like, honestly, it's just really good. So I just wear a little mask, and then you would also need, so a lot of people will tell you to use different things. It's whatever suits you. We didn't have any toothpicks in the house, and I was too stingy to go and buy a pack of toothpicks. So I just used one of these plastic knitting needles. I also knit on the side, so I've got a little knitting kit, and then I've got loads of these plastic needles, and I thought it was perfect to sort of move the resin around. So I've got one of those. There's some cardboard. I've just used an old Amazon delivery package box, and I'm just going to cut it up into little squares so I can use it. And it has to be big enough that it slides into your UV lamp. This is where you would coat your products on, and then you would put it under the lamp. It's just easier to take out, and it's quite sturdy. I wouldn't use anything that's too dark, because UV light does not cure, we won't cure basically through the dark material. So this has been perfect. And this is something that I've learned as well. Using this has been amazing. So what I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to cut. I'm going to cut a bit longer than what would fit into my UV lamp. I'm dropping it in. I've got that. Let me put everything to the side and let me take this out. Honestly, guys, this lamp is amazing. Literally amazing. Some people might prefer the one where, I mean, you get loads of little ones as well. I've seen a lot of people use the smaller ones. It's just easy, you just sort of put them on top, whereas this one you have to kind of put it on there and then kind of shake your way into there. Make sure you don't drop any. Gloves. Make sure you're wearing gloves whenever you're using resin. I had some of those other kind of gloves the other day, and it was a disaster. These are better. My aunt stole them from the hospital. They're much better. You know the other type of ones you get, the plasticky ones that you use in dinner lady gloves, basically. Kitchen gloves, and it was a disaster because it got stuck to my polymer clay. Was baked, but it had paint on it, which still remains a bit sticky after you've baked it. And I literally would just put my hand to pick up one of my clay items to put onto my cardboard box, and I had literally all the earrings just stuck to my hand when I lifted it up. Disaster. Anyway, so you also need a heat tool. So I know some people use them blow torches. I've got this embossing heat tool that I got from Amazon. Again, I did a lot of research before I bought this one. I was a bit skeptical. I thought maybe you have to use blowtorch like everybody else is using, but it's been amazing. I love it so much. Again, I got it from Amazon and I'll put the link down below for you. As you can see, I've got my gloves on and your all important mask. So I'm all ready to start resining my products. Let me just show you what I've got down here. So I've got a ceramic plate. This is the plate that I use to bake all of my polymer clay. You do not have to use the ceramic plate. I've just got that on there because I don't want to ruin my new table that I've got. And you just get a piece of cardboard and put your products on there. And I know a lot of people that actually use silicone mats, and they're meant to be really, really good because if you drop any resin on them, you can easily just wipe them away. So if you can get hold of a silicone mat, then great. I'm just a bit stingy to go hold of one. And I've got two pieces here. These are from some of the spares that I've got. See, one of them has drilled holes for the fish hooks and for a charm, and the other one I haven't put any holes in. And I've basically done that on purpose to show you the difference and why it's better for you to drill your holes in a resin finished product rather than pre-resin. So if I just give my bottle a shake, and it's very important here not to be stingy, but also do not be OTT. So this is something, well, one of the things that I learned. So at the beginning, what I was doing is I was putting that much resin, it's literally a blob. And what I was doing is I was spreading it out to the sides using my stick, right? And that's how you work with resin. You start from the middle and you bring it out to the sides, right? And what happened is when I did that and I put it in the UV lamp, it all sort of gathered in the middle again, and it was a disaster. So the edges were all matte and then the inside was all shiny. So what I do now is I add a bit more. I'm not OTT because I've also learnt the OTT way, which I will put a picture of over here or a video of over here so you can see what happened to me when I put too much resin. Ruined one of my favourite pieces. So what you do is you just drag from the middle and you just drag it to the outside, and you've got to be very patient and very careful with this. So you just kind of drag it all to the outside, and what I kind of do is I don't drag it all the way to the outside because I feel like it will then drop over. So I drag it right near to the edge, but not too near the edge, and then I get the pointy bit here and I just kind of like do that with a bit of the resin, rather than like that. I go like that upwards and kind of go like that, so it's less chances of it spilling over the edge. And I kind of just paint, kind of like you're painting the sides, but just doing a little thin stroke. There we go. Once you've done that, you can come back in the middle. You can kind of just make sure everything's layered nicely. And there's that. I'm going to just put this lamp a bit up for a second. So I made a mistake last time. I had this bloody lamp, and what happened, guys, was I didn't realise that these lamps could cure. I mean, it's not a UV lamp, it's a normal lamp, and I don't know whether it's just the heat or whatever, but it started curing my resin when I hadn't even really finished. I just put a dollop and I looked away for a second and it was already getting hard, and it was a disaster. It ruined my pieces. Now, the reason I'm showing you this is because you're going to try to just get the hole right, but what happens sometimes is, so I've used less here, so it's probably not going to happen here, but when you try and do this over here, sometimes you can get resin inside the holes, majority of the time, because you're really trying to get it perfect around the hole, but some will always slip in because you don't want any matte pieces here, but so some slipped in already, and I will show you what that does. So obviously it's going to harden when it cures, and then you're going to have to kind of drill through all of that. So done all of that. Okay, your next important thing is the heat tool. So this one has 2 settings. So it goes like that or like that. So what I do is I do it on heat setting 1, which is the lower one. And what you want to do is you literally just want to kind of run it over it, and you need to really keep a really good eye on the products. You will literally see the bubbles popping, and the minute you've seen it pop, you just need to let go. Like, please, I just cannot stress it enough. Do not overuse this heat tool on your resin. Where's that piece that I used? I will show you when once I've put these in. I will show you the disasters that I've had so far, but do not overuse it. Use it on the first heat setting and literally just move it over the product until you see the bubbles go, and they just put it on 1 and that's it. I don't know, well, you wouldn't be able to see on there, but it popped all the bubbles. There are no bubbles in this piece of earring, or both of those pieces of earring. There are no bubbles at all. So the piece now goes into the UV lamp, and this one has like a setting, but I don't listen to any of this. I'm very paranoid about my stuff, so I've put it in there for 10 minutes. It usually cures in a few minutes. I think it says on here 2 to 4 minutes. So overheating your resin to get rid of the bubbles will do this to your product. Can you see the ripples? Let me try and zoom in there. So you've got all those ripples in your product or in your piece, and they just do not look very nice. Let me see if I can show you clearer in this one. It's not very attractive in the final piece at all. It kind of just ruined my mood when I saw this, but yeah, it causes these ripples, and that's all because of the overheating. Not using your heat gun enough leaves you with all these bubbles, all of these bubbles. And also you can see this is what happens when you try and re-drill. So this already had holes drilled, and then I basically put resin over there, and some of the resin also went into the hole, so I had to re-drill it on top, and it has given it such a horrible fit. As you can see, literally by using that heat tool just for a couple of seconds, look at how perfect that resin gloss is. Honestly, compared to that, I mean, and you can tell from the back here, the resin has seeped through the holes and it has gone through the back. It's still wet as well, which is annoying, and yeah, pretty much ruined the piece. I've already shown you what it's done with the hole here, so I'm not going to re-draw that hole to show you, but it just looks very messy, as opposed to if you do it with, let me actually drill the hole. So I've got my little drill. This is again from Amazon, and I will link it. I've had it for quite a while. The only thing about this one is I've had it for about a year, and look what happens. So when I put it on, it doesn't really do anything. I have to kind of bend the wire and hold it like this in order for it to do anything, which is a bit annoying. It'll probably keep going off. And what you do is you just hold it down. Just drill the hole there. And I kind of drill it in bursts. I don't just hold it there for ages. I go up and down to make sure the hole it's not too big of a hole. I prefer it to be as small as possible. hasn't come through. Okay, and then at the back. Look at how clean that hole is. It's literally, I wish this would zoom properly, but that's a clean hole. Like I said, compared to that one, it's very clean. So that's my little tutorial on resin and things that I've learned. If the video was kind of all over the place, then I do apologise. It's my first video. I'm going to, it's going to take a bit of practice for me to sort of get them proper and quick, and probably a bit clearer. My camera for some reason doesn't like to focus, which is quite annoying, but I hope that helped at least one person, because it helped me a lot when I learned how to actually do it, because it's very frustrating when you actually do it for the first time and you're really excited, or the second time or the third time or the fourth time, and it keeps going wrong, because firstly it takes a very long time to actually create the pieces, the polymer clay pieces, and then actually do the design and then bake them, and then to kind of have them ruined by resin, it's like, it's a nightmare. So I'm just going to run through the points again. So the first thing I would say is, don't be stingy with your resin, but also don't get very excited with your resin. Like you've seen the video of my red hearts, that is after I learned that my resin was too less. I was being really stingy, thinking, oh, I paid £11.99 for the bottle, I don't want to keep buying more. If I could really save with this bottle, it'd be amazing. And yeah, that's what happened. I actually don't have the piece because I got so angry I threw it away. I'm trying to find any of my pieces that I've done that to. By the time I actually put this video together, if I find a piece to show you, then I will. But it basically you had your piece, and then just the edges of it, not the sides of it here, but the edge on the flat surface here, the front, the edge here literally had all the resin moved into the middle. So when you put it into the curing lamp, it sort of just sucks it into the middle. I don't know why it draws it into the middle. I've got to find out why, but it just does. And it was just horrible, because what I had to do is go over it again, and then I kind of ended up doing the same thing again, and then it started getting a bit uneven as well, so I threw it away. So yeah, don't use too less, but also don't use too much, because my disaster with the red ones, it was very sad, and yeah, very emotional time indeed. You will get the hang of it. You just have to keep trying, and just use your what's the word? I can't think of the English word. I was literally about to say the Hindi word. We call it andaz, and it's like, what is it in English? Estimate? Andaz is estimate, right? You've just got to estimate how much you think you should use for it to be able, once you do it the first time, you'll know how much one blob is, or 2 blobs, or 3 blobs, and then you'll be able to sort of understand, like, okay, how much could I use to spread to the edges to make sure it doesn't overflow, but it's not less either, and you'll end up getting a hang of it. So that's my first tip. You've got to be in the middle. Second tip, oh no, this literally went on my new table. I'll try to protect my new table, but use a toothpick, pin, whatever suits you best, but I would definitely try and use it the way that I use it. So like I said, when you've put the resin on top, you sort of push it out to the sides, right, to the edges. When you get right to the edge, I would use the point to just sort of dip it in the resin that's there, and then kind of just go like that around it, just so it's coating it, but it's not overspilling on it where it's gonna go over at any point. Even when you lift it up, it could still spill if you kind of tilt it, so just be careful with that. Got to look at my book for the second tip because I've forgotten what I've written. Make sure you have all your tools and all the essential stuff. So make sure you've got your gloves, make sure you've got your mask, make sure you've got your heat tool, make sure you've got your UV lamp. if you can have a silicone mat, that's amazing. So if you spill anything, that's I was gonna say that's great. If you spill anything, then that's protected. Make sure you use cardboard or card or paper or something. Don't use anything dark because it'll be hard for the UV resin to cure. Is there anything else I'm missing? Oh yeah, you should have your drill thing handy. I didn't mention that at the beginning, but it'll be good to have your drill thing handy, so you can drill your holes at the end. But I mean, this was mainly about the resin do's and don'ts, rather than about actually showing you the full product at the end. So that was that. What else? How long to cure? Now, I said 10 minutes. The box says, what, 2 to 4 minutes. I'm extra. I'm always really overcautious. I do not want my piece coming out sticky because it will make me cry if I have to do it all over again. So I'm just overcautious. And I think it also depends on what UV lamp you've got. I've heard some people putting in for less. I've heard some people putting in for 15 to 20 minutes, but I think that really depends on the lamp. I've got the 38 watt professional Miley UV gel lamp, so that's 10 minutes for me is fine. What else did I forget to tell you guys? Yes, so with the holes, guys, it's up to you. If you think that you can get a piece like this and you think it's easier to drill the hole first, and you know, you think that you could be really precise and manage to dodge the hole and get the resin all the way around without, and coating everything, you know, literally coating everything around the hole without getting the resin inside the hole, then go ahead and do it. But chances are, if you accidentally get any bit of resin in the hole, then you're kind of doomed, because what's going to happen is the resin is going to go through the hole, it's going to come out the back and it's going to stick to the cardboard, and then it's also going to leave a sticky residue all at the back. It's great if you're going to cure the back as well. I only cure the front of the piece, and I leave the back matte. And I mean, I actually know there are 2-3 pieces that I have cured the back for, but that was intentional. That wasn't because I made a mistake. But yeah, unless you're going to cure the back as well, I wouldn't do that. Also, if you just try it out yourselves, maybe, you know, sometimes people need to try things themselves in order to realise, actually, yeah, that wasn't a good idea. You know, you don't have to listen to me. You can actually try it yourself and then kick yourself. I'm joking. It's just much easier, honestly. I was one of those people. I watched some videos and I was thinking, oh, whatever. It's just easier to drill the holes, and then I'm just going to really just like be so precise and make sure it's all perfect and then put it in. Even though I thought it was perfect, as soon as I picked up the cardboard, I didn't realise that some of the resin had tilted, some of the resin had gone into the hole. Cured it, it was stuck in to the cardboard, and then when I tried to drill through the resin again, it was all just really, it was horrible. Basically, it was like I showed you close up of that. A lot of pieces have gone in the bin in this process, so I would really recommend. You've seen the clean finish on me drilling the holes after we've used the resin, so yeah, it'll be better if you follow that, guys. What else? Oh, how can I forget the most important piece? The heat tool. Do not use your heat tool for more than literally a couple of seconds. Again, I learned this the hard way. This is why I'm telling you guys. Honestly, guys, I got excited and I was using it and I was like, yeah, this is cool. And I was literally going like this for like ages, and I was like whirling it around. And I literally thought, oh, look, amazing. There's like no holes, no bubbles in any of this. I put them in and then they came out like the ones I showed you with all the ripples everywhere. It was horrible. Literally, it was horrible. It was really sad because I actually really like these pairs of studs. I really like them, and they've got ripples in them, and yeah, basically I am going to be putting them up on my shop at a very discounted price because I do need to get rid of some of the stock. But yeah, very upset about those. Literally seconds, it's literally seconds. If it could be 1 second, then do 1 second. I did it twice, I think. I just went like that, or 2-3 times like that, but it was very quick. It was very, very quick. And as you can see, I mean, I wish I had a better way to show you guys. Maybe I'll do a video where I'll show you just how to use the heat tool, and I'll hold, because I don't really know how else to do it. Maybe I'll hold the phone in one hand and the heat tool in the other, and I'll literally zoom in and I'll show you how it actually kills the bubbles, basically. That might be better for you guys, because you probably couldn't see properly with how far up the camera was. But yeah, I don't think I'm missing anything else. I think that's pretty much it. So if you've got any questions about UV resin, then please leave them below and I will answer them, or I'll make another video if there's quite a few. If you've got any questions, please do feel free to DM me as well. I'll leave my Instagram below, and that's pretty much it. It's my first video, guys, so please do be kind. I've tried, it's not going to be perfect, but we will see how I get on with my technical skills in trying to create content, and good content for you guys. I hope it's helped you guys, and I will see you very soon.